I am 85 years old, and last night I sat alone in my bedroom and I cried. Not because I'm sick, not because I'm dying, but because I finally understood something that took me 66 years to learn. My name is Eugene Caldwell, and I have never told this story to anyone before today. I keep thinking about all the people out there right now making the same mistakes I made, living the same way I lived, waiting the same way I waited. So I'm going to tell you the truth today, the real truth, the kind nobody tells you until it is too late. Please stay with me, because what I am about to say might be the most important thing you hear all year.
My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I was just like you, busy, tired, always planning for someday. I grew up in a small town where nobody talked about dreams. You worked, you paid your bills, you were grateful for what you had, and that was enough. So I did what everyone else did. I got a job I didn't love. I told myself it was temporary. 23 years later, I was still there. There was a guitar in a shop window when I was 19 years old. A beautiful old acoustic warm brown wood, the kind that looked like it had stories inside it already. I stood outside that window for 10 minutes. I went home. I told myself I'd buy it when I had more money, when things settled down, when life got a little easier. My daughter bought me one for my 75th birthday. She'd heard me mention it once, years before. I don't even remember saying it, but she remembered. I cried when I opened it, not because I was happy, because I realized something in that moment that hit me like a truck. I had been waiting my whole life for permission. Permission to want something just for me. Permission to spend time on something that didn't pay a bill or help somebody else. Permission to simply enjoy being alive. And nobody was ever going to give me that permission. Nobody was coming. I had to give it to myself. There was a woman I loved when I was 32. We worked together. Every morning I looked forward to going in, and it wasn't because of the job. She laughed at everything I said. Not politely, really laughed. The kind of laugh that makes you feel like the funniest, most interesting person in the room. I wrote her a letter once, 4 pages, front and back, told her exactly how I felt. Told her she made ordinary days feel like something worth remembering. I never gave it to her. I folded it up, put it in a drawer, told myself the timing wasn't right. She moved away 6 months later. I still have that letter. I've read it maybe 100 times over the years, and every single time I think the same thing. What was I so afraid of? Rejection? Maybe. But I'll tell you something. Rejection heals. Regret doesn't.
I need you to really hear what I am saying right now. I am Eugene Caldwell, and I am not telling you this so you feel sorry for me. My life was good. I was loved. I have grandchildren who make me laugh every single day. But there is a version of my life that was even fuller, even richer. A version where Eugene Caldwell said yes more, where he was brave enough to want things out loud. And that version, I let it slip past me one not yet at a time. You still have time. That is the difference between you and me right now. You have time Eugene Caldwell does not have anymore. Please do not waste it the way I did.
After his wife, Dorothy, passed away in the spring of 2019, Eugene Caldwell had a lot of quiet time to think. Too much quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you look back at your whole life like a film you're watching from the back of an empty theater. And Eugene started making a list, a painful list. All the things he had said not yet to. The road trip across the country he had planned since he was 25. the painting class he always said he would take when he retired, the phone calls he kept putting off to old friends he hadn't spoken to in years, the garden he was going to plant in the spring, 4 springs in a row. Here is what Eugene wanted you to understand. None of these things were impossible. None of them required a miracle. They just required a decision. A simple, quiet decision to say today, not someday, today. Eugene did eventually take that road trip, 2 years after Dorothy passed. Just him and an old dog named Charlie, who has since passed too, God rest him. 17 days, 4,000 miles. Eugene cried in 3 different states and laughed so hard one evening he had to pull over on the side of the road. It was the best thing Eugene Caldwell ever did for himself in his entire adult life. And he almost didn't do it, even then. Even at 83 years old, Eugene almost talked himself out of it. He had packed the car, had the route planned. And the night before he left, he sat on the edge of his bed and thought, "What is the point? You are too old. It is too late. Who does this kind of thing alone?" Then he thought about that guitar in the shop window, the one he had walked away from 64 years before. And Eugene Caldwell grabbed his keys. The things you keep pushing to someday, they feel small right now, manageable, like they will be there whenever you are ready for them. But life has a way of quietly closing doors you did not realize you were walking away from. Friends drift, chances disappear. The people you love do not stay forever. Eugene Caldwell learned that the hard way. And your own energy, your own fire, it changes too. The things that feel easy now will not always feel easy. So Eugene is asking you, as an old man who has stood on both sides of this, do not wait. Not for the right moment, not for more money, not for less fear. The right moment is right now. The money is enough. The fear you carry with you regardless. Eugene Caldwell carried it too, all the way to 85 years old. Do not make the same mistake he did.
If Eugene Caldwell could go back and whisper something to his younger self, it would be this: the life you really want is not waiting on the other side of someday. It is available to you right now, today, in small and beautiful ways. Play the music, even if you play it badly. Send the letter, even if your hands are shaking. Take the trip, even if you are going alone. Plant the garden, even if you do not know what you are doing. Do the things that make you feel alive. Do them now. Do them while you can. Because one day you will be sitting somewhere quiet, just like Eugene Caldwell. And the only question that will matter is, did you really live? My name is Eugene Caldwell. I am 85 years old. And I am asking you with everything I have left, make sure your answer is yes.